Process over product. My teachers basically told me that over and over and over again. Process over product. And I'm trying to apply that. I really am. But oh man, is my anxiety spiking. I did not know what to talk about today. But today I just want to vent a little bit. I don't know if that's good for YouTube or not. I don't care. I just saw Inkwell's video, how he makes a living as an artist. And I know that he said at the end, it's just not going to happen overnight. And it is a mountain. But looking at the mountain is just crazy to me. Looking at like all the data and all the stuff he was talking about, I'm just freaking out a little bit. But I have to keep coming back to and bringing myself down to, process over product, repeat the mantras, because I want to be an artist. I want to work on being an artist. I want to continue going, and looking at the whole picture freaks me the fuck out. Okay? It freaks me out so much that and I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people that get overwhelmed and kind of hyperventilate a little bit about what the mountain is, but it's the process over the product. You need to keep your head down, don't look at the height, and move your way forward. You need to take steps to get better as an artist. You need to do studies, and you need to do the art. Unfortunately, like he says in that video, you have to wear a lot of hats, and I know definitely me. I got way distracted with social media over this last week, trying to play that game. And, I knew that there was some kind of AdSense from social media. But he made it very apparent that Instagram doesn't pay artists or creators. TikTok doesn't pay artists or creators very well. YouTube, AdSense, this guy had, a couple 100,000 views on his videos. And he only made like 4K. So, wow, I really gotta be like, okay, I'm doing this for the love of the game. I'm doing this for art. I'm doing this for what I enjoy. It sounds crazy that I have to remind myself that this is what I want to do, that I enjoy this, that this makes me happy. Because any sketching session that is a good session for me is the one that doesn't have my brain saying things. It's the one where it's quiet and everything's fine for that moment, for that 20 or 30 minutes. And that is going to be your way forward. Your way forward is going to be trying to find your piece, is going to be trying to apply knowledge, don't just randomly doodle sometimes, and try to follow the guides, do studies, and really just keep moving forward. It's going to be a trudge. It's going to be a slug. And these are just some of my thoughts on it. For me, my process is very much, the way we were all raised, at least in America, made this idea and had a solidified idea of me of, I hate school. I despise school. And therefore anything that is considered learning is a negative association with schooling, which then makes me hate it. And I feel like we are going to have to get over that and lock in. I feel like everyone needs to lock in a little bit, because it's not easy. It's not going to be easy. I never chose it to be easy, but I don't know. I don't know what to do with my work, and I don't know how to proceed other than get better. But I know I can't fall in the hole that is just study. I cannot fall into that hole, because you have to make it work. You have to make, like he said in the video, he says like all artistic endeavors have to be a bit of a business. And I'm trying to make that happen. I'm trying to do prints. I'm trying to do things that I want to do. And YouTube is kind of like a hobby at this point. I feel like it's a way for me to sit back, relax, doodle a thumbnail, doodle something, and put it out there and talk about my experiences and talk about myself as a person, and maybe, rant and vent a little bit. Because if I'm the only one that's I'm not the only one having these thoughts of anxiety, a little bit of depression. And so I'm just trying to wrap my head around it and talk about it in a sense that, someone else is going to need to hear this. Don't freak out. Don't look at the mountain. Keep going forward. Figure out how you can do studies without hating them. Do more art than just studies. And make them into prints or something else, or trying to get something going. My particular opinion is commissions. I will never do commissions. I feel like I have a specific way I see things. I have a specific way that my art is. I don't want to say that that's just my style. I hate that. But I have proclivities proclivities towards certain things and black and white and some darker subject matters, at least in my brain, and I'm very informed by horror and like Dark Souls and dark fantasy. That doesn't necessarily jive well with other people's things. Another thing is I'm trying to work on my foundations. I can't draw. It sounds insane to say that, but I cannot draw. The working with line does not work with me. Smudging shapes and erasing and carving into it is what works for me, and I don't think that's a very consistent way to produce art. It can make things that are visually pleasing and interesting, but, it's not great. I've been disillusioned with Shopify, Redbubble, I already had these inclinations of Printify and all these things in drop shipping that I was going to do that. That was the way forward. I was going to make money because people were making tons of money off of it. No. Going back to Inkwell's video, it's scammy. You can't control the quality. Your profit margins are terrible, and I already knew that. Okay, like I was planning. My official plan on my first print was I'm gonna sell it for 1 cent. Yeah, I'll figure out the math and I'll just sell it for 1 cent, so I can say I made my first dollar. I made something. I'm professional now. Yeah, I've made money off of my art. That's normal. That is normal. I did the research on some of that, and it is normal. People are complaining that like when things go on sale, they'll make a cent on their artwork. And I know the whole idea is, hundreds of people can buy it. Hundreds of people can buy it. But if only 20 of them like the work and get a product that's good, all the refunds, they will deal with the refunds, but you don't get paid. Like, what? What insane. So why am I spinning my wheels here? Because that freaking Penguin, all right? We're looping back to the Nietzsche and Penguin and what is the, way to live life. And it's to try and achieve the unachievable. And right now, my brain tells me the unachievable is even making 1 cent off of my art. And we're gonna change that. We're gonna change that thought process real freaking quick. And it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy. Gotta get better. Gotta do studies. I'm saying gotta. I'm saying choose. I choose to do art. I choose to want to get better. No, not choose to want to get better. I choose to get better. I choose to do studies. I choose, because that's the whole thing. Changing the vernacular you use. A want is not necessarily a need. A need is a demand, and unfortunately myself is demand avoidant. It's a flaw, a character flaw of mine to be very demand avoidant. But choices. Your choices will make the man. You have to choose to do this because you can't just do it passively. I'm 30 right now, okay? I over the last 5 years I went to UCF, I screwed around, I took a year off. I haven't taken it seriously, to be honest with you. And now I'm trying to do all these different things and juggle. Is it great for my, energy? No, but I want to put my work in front of people. I want to talk to people. I want to do video games. YouTube, Instagram, all the social media stuff is a way for me to try and get my work in front of people. That's the whole thing. I know this is rambly and all kind of crazy, but it's just, I wanted to talk. I wanted to talk and vent, and I wanted to try and explain myself to myself. I mean, if you're listening, thank you for getting this far, but oh my god. It's basically like me going, shucks, I'm gonna go pound sand and hopefully I make it, and it's not hopefully. There is no plan B here, buddy. There isn't. So yeah, that's it. I mean, the fear of failure is going to eat me alive because I don't have any backup plan. I know that sounds crazy, but if it's between the void and this, I'm going to work hard at this, okay? And I'm going to work hard on this. The void does not sound like a good way to put that. I'm sorry. Most men are buried at 70 and die at 20, okay? Let's be real here. There are people who go through life that do not chase their passions, and I have to do that. I have to do that and remind myself to freaking live. Anyway, I'm probably at 8 minutes right now. I don't freaking know. I'll see you guys in the next one. And I will talk to you later. Bye.